the first time I met him, he was interviewing me and trying to convince me what they wanted to do with what the Iacocca wanted him to do with the Mustang cars, and that was beat the Corvettes, and that was as simple as it was. To see what Iacocca wanted to beat the Corvettes in Class B, and even though in the beginning Bondurant and Miles tested the GT350s, and so we got them right, which wasn't long. They were pretty good, and we had normal conversations. So first, when they took the notchback Mustang to SCCA, they didn't want anything to do with it, and so Iacocca went to Shelby and said, "Can you go? I gave you some engines, so maybe it'd help me out. So can you go to John Bishop at SCCA and find out what it would take to get that to make a Mustang eligible for SCCA racing?" And the one when they first did that exercise and were failed, they didn't have the fastback. But by the time Shelby went to talk to them, they knew they had the fastback. So immediately, the one problem was they didn't want anything they didn't want a 4-passenger car in that part of the SCCA. So, but the fastback could easily be a 2-seater car, and that's the way we built them, is 2-seater. So we had to do that, and we could anything, but the car was going to be different from Ford's car, so we had to make 100 cars. As long as we made 100 cars, pretty much everything we put on there, unless we did something that was really stupid, like a 427 engine or something in there, then if we made 100 of them, that could be the basic car. And then the SCCA had various rules. You could take the bumpers off, and you could open the exhaust and all that stuff. What you do with your MG or some car like that, and so they worked out a deal as to what they could do, what they wanted. Shelby told the SCCA people that what he wanted to do, and then they talked about how to do it and so forth, and got it approved for SCCA racing.
Is that called homologation?
That's called homologation, yeah. It's called homologation primarily in the FIA world of things, but it's since then it's been called homologation also in the SCCA as well as the world, as well as the FIA. So just you had to build cars with certain rules, and even the 100 you built, you wanted them to be the same thing. Now, if you wanted a bigger brake on the car, you put bigger brakes on the 100. And we didn't stop with 100. We made 500 the first year, and we made 2,300 the second year, and we made 33 or 400 the third year with the 67s. So, but we weren't racing. Cars we raced in the Trans Am were Mustang cars, Ford cars, not Shelby cars, the way it came out. So we just had to worry about Ford making enough, however many thousand they wanted to make. Exactly the same, and then we could work our magic on what they made and race those. So but it worked out good for us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Say
for
so.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable what's happened with the cars. I mean, what the popularity that they've had with people and in all forms. And
Love and passion for them.
Mm-hmm.
Love and passion for them.
yeah.
Well, they're just fun to drive.
Yeah, well, they are. Well, they're really a good. I ran one race in '65 in the GT350, and I was running the race just to fill the field because we didn't have enough cars racing. Then even if you won, you wouldn't get many points. So I just was in there to fill the field. Titus went off the course. So I had to chase down the Sunbeam Alpine, and I'd given him a big lead, and I was there just to follow Jerry and let Jerry Titus, get the 9 points for the Mustang. So we wanted 9 points for the Mustang, so I had to chase the other car down, and it took the whole race to do it. I passed him about two laps from the end of the race.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
And but won that race.
That's great.
That's cool.
Did you ever make it to the racetrack that was here? It was called Continental Divide Raceway.
Yes. Oh yes.
I'm wearing your shirt, actually.
Oh, you CDR? Okay, yeah. We'd have to go on the road sometimes for 4 or 5 races, depending how much country we were covered from one race to another. And we were coming to CDR, and we needed to do a whole rebuild.
We can see it.
Went to the Ford. We usually stopped at Ford dealers when we were doing this,
Right.
and we did a thorough rebuild of the 2 cars because it was time to replenish stuff. And then we wanted to test them, so we took them out to CDR, of course, and Dick Thompson, who was from the East Coast, couldn't come, and Titus couldn't come, so I got Milt Minner to drive one car, and I drove Dick Thompson's car, and we ran around there just to check out the cars and make sure they'd be ready for the race. But I kept going into the first turn, I think, and I'm just barely lifting on the thing. But I said, okay, I'm not going to lift next time around. But I was halfway down the hill before I turned around backwards. So I straightened it out, and we found a broken spindle on the car. Well, we don't know whether. I honestly don't think it broke and caused the spin. I think it just, when the spin occurred, at the bottom I was going backwards, and I spun around going frontwards, and it went through the dirt, and I think that broke the spindle. But we reworked the spindle so that they wouldn't break again, and never did have a problem with them.
From what I understand, Carroll Shelby, his last competitive race was here at CDR, and he did win that race.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
It is in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that'd be before
Right.
before the Trans Am and the GT350.
Right.